Hello everybody, welcome to Snyder's Inc. and today we got Unpopular Notes video, and this is the worst activist ever caught on camera. We will get right into this, ladies and gentlemen. The like button and subscribe on comments, think down below. Let's go!
Racism has always existed, particularly in the US, where the right to protest and free speech are considered inalienable. Of course, police are also tasked with keeping the peace in situations where activism might get out of hand. But what happens when the police themselves get out of hand? Even with the benefit of body cam footage, it's sometimes difficult to tell who's on the right side of the situation when police and activists clash. The following videos illustrate several such cases. A deadly encounter. 2023.
So wait, is this a case where the activists are in the wrong or the police are in the wrong? I'm so confused. I assumed we were going to see really terrible activists. Like activists just being a pain in the ass. But now I don't know.
Has been marked by a series of protests and clashes with Atlanta police over a public safety training site opponents have dubbed Cop City. Activists claim that the training facility will only serve to further militarize the police, and they'd rather retain the large park that currently sits on the site. One of the many tactics the protesters have adopted is constructing a tent city on the site in the hopes that its occupancy might deter the operation. However, several times multiple law enforcement agencies have gone in to clear the area of these illegal habitats. On January 18th of 2023, one such operation turned deadly. Upon entering the forest, the police encounter a number of tents, all of which seem to be abandoned. The commanding officer directs the team to search for anything that could be used to cause injury, including weapons, gasoline, and clubs.
Is anything going to explode?
Copy. Bunch of stuff in here. Gasoline, anything that can be used to hurt.
Shortly after 9 a.m., the police hear a hail of gunfire coming from what seems like just a few hundred yards away. Dozens of shots are fired, followed by the sounds of officers in the distance yelling commands. The police order everyone to turn on their body cams and begin making their way towards the scene of the shooting. At this point, the cops aren't entirely sure if what they just heard was fireworks or actual gunfire, but they need to proceed with as much caution as possible.
Somebody guard those machines. Right up here. Yeah. Is this target practice?
I can't tell if that's fireworks or gunfire either. I can see why you'd be cautious of that, because that's a lot of fireworks going off at once if that is. I was ready to support for some reason, despite the fact nothing's happened. I thought I was about to see a tent blow up. When they were going over and talking about gas and explosion, then I was like, oh my god, am I supposed to see a tent explode? Because them ripping out in that to cause something to explode? No.
Watch the crossfire, stay online. Stay online.
Firework or somebody shooting at us.
After several minutes, a voice comes over the radio telling everyone to hold because one of the officers has been injured. On the other side of the forest, Georgia state troopers had gotten into a shootout with 26-year-old Manuel Esteban Paez Terran, who'd been camping in a tent on the property. According to the police, Terran failed to follow verbal commands and had brandished a firearm, wounding one of the troopers in the groin. Because Georgia state troopers don't wear body cams, no actual footage of this incident exists. However, we do know that Terran, known by his activist name, Tortuguita, was killed after being hit at least 12 or 13 times.
Alright, all units.
Oh, okay, one, all troopers and all police should have to wear body cams. It should not be specific. But the fact, so there's no actual case here. There's no proof that the guy actually brandished the firearm. So as far as we know, those people could have just shot him to get him out of there. Fired him 12, 13 times. And just said there was a fire in there.
Hold the air. Who was with the officer who was injured? 6338. What agency is that? GSB Plus. Copy. Is the officer, can you give us the status?
I knew it was gunshots. They said, fireworks. And I was like, it sounded like fireworks. Yeah, no, they were turning it up. Jinx.
Shortly after the shooting incident, the Atlanta police officers come across the tent. The video claims that the tent in question belongs to the shooting victim. This is not necessarily true, though. As the shooting had already taken place, this is likely just another tent discovered in the vicinity. But wary from the recent events and unable to determine if the tent is occupied or not, they decide to fire pepper balls into it. After they don't detect any coughing, they decide to approach, only to find it empty.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on a minute. So you thought the guy who's been shot 12 or 13 times, you thought it was his tent? And despite the fact he'd been entirely shot 12 or 13 times? So I thought he was alive in the tent? What? Did I mishear this? Or so? Because I swear he said he was shot out 12 or 13 times. Like, how is it? This guy's clearly dead. How do you think someone's in that tent? This is just a random tent. What about this makes you go, oh, this is clearly the person's tent? You just happen to see a tent, you're like, oh, someone's shot, there's a tent, has to be related. But hundreds of other people have pulled up tents here. Clearly has to be, this one has to be the shooting one, because, you know, reasons.
On this side. Okay. You got eyes on this side, sir.
Atlanta police! We have a lead.
No one came out of the tent because no one's in the fucking tent, you idiot.
Come out with your hands up. Again, this is Atlanta Police Department. We're the less lethal agent.
No one's coming
at the tent if you do not come out with your.
I'm yelling at the screen, but hearing them be like, it turns out it was empty. So you were yelling and you were getting annoyed at the fact that no one was coming out of this tent, despite the fact literally no one was in the tent. There was no one in the tent to begin with. So you were yelling and getting angry because nobody came out for you, because nobody could come out of the tent for you, because no one's in the tent.
Your hands up!
We're now at 9 rounds.
This is so stupid.
You got count, Sarge?
That's 10.
Get out of your fucking morons! You're causing yourself to cough and fucking cough and choke and fucking shit because of your own stupidity of having to act like you have some fucking tough guy shit.
Chicken Man gets the cuffs.
Chicken Man?
Whoever was at fault, it's fair to say that the death of Tortuguita is a tragedy that should never have happened. However, there are situations in which cops and protesters clash, and the outcome is more humorous than anything else. Such was the case on February 11th, when Miami police encountered a series of protesters from an organization opposed to Miami Commissioner George Corvallo. The group was protesting him, a former Miami mayor who had been arrested for domestic battery, and his presence at a new dog and cat walkway unveiling by dressing up like chickens and handing out wife beaters. The footage begins with police
Okay, listen. That's clever. That is clever. That is very clever. So they're going around in chicken suits, which has nothing to do with the thing, but you're going to chicken, and they're handing out wife beaters to people, for a guy who, that is so stupid, yet that is actually very clever.
talking to protesters about their behavior, but they don't really have much of an argument. They basically tell them that they're being disruptive and that they need to go somewhere else. They also tell protesters that they cannot hand out the wife beaters bearing the former mayor's face. They also tell one of the protesters to get the people dressed like chickens and move them to a different area of the park.
You're disruptive, right? You gotta get off the park. You're not permitted to be doing that. You can't be disruptive in here. So you're not permitted to be doing that. You don't. Don't be disruptive. We're watching you guys. We're watching what you guys are doing.
What are we doing? We're not yelling. We're not playing anything. They're just holding a sign. It's a risque sign.
Don't tell me what I'm saying. They're making little chicken club noises, dancing, putting their butt near people here. They're being disruptive.
It's called freedom of speech.
No, but you can not back yourself up dancing into people that you don't even know. No. They are. No, I know you're not. You're not dressed up. Right? So I'm just letting you know, though. Just have them outside over there. You guys can do what you want over there, but not here. That's fair enough. That's easy.
What if they behave and they don't make the
They're
chicken
not behaving.
noise?
No, that's already done.
That chance is already gone.
The chance is already gone. All you have to do is just stand there.
So we don't get a warning?
No, there's no warning. This is the last. Then it's done. Yeah, just go stand over there.
At this point, the police speak to one of the individuals dressed like a chicken and holding a sign. They tell him that he needs to enter a different area of the park, and he and the other protesters comply. The officer then accuses the protesters of obstructing the scene and commands them yet again to walk away.
Innocent until proven guilty.
Yeah.
So are you refusing to leave? I'm not refusing. Okay,
Listen. I'll tell you guys. You're gonna follow me. All right. This is the way we're gonna do it, because we're not trying to ruin your day. But you gotta understand, this is not gonna happen. Go in front of me.
I don't get why police need to with a protester. Listen, if they're minding their business and they're not offending you, while they are being very clever handing out wife beaters against the guy who committed domestic violence, that is clever. While that is, while that is not thing, I never understand why police have to do it. If they're minding their own business, why the hell would you make yourself look bad just to fuck with them? I don't get it.
What? Me what?
You're with them. You know, I never said anything. Go with them.
One of the doggies?
No. Go this way. Listen, just go this way. Very simple. Walk that way. Walk that way. I'm gonna give you 2 commands to go that way. You're obstructing my scene right now, and I will arrest you. Get out of here.
Why are you guys
That way.
arresting him?
Listen to me. Go that way. He doesn't listen. Failure to obey. You need to go that way. All right? And we're
As the officer approaches the main area, one of the chicken men is already being handcuffed for attempting to re-enter the area for handing out shirts. They tell the man, who's later identified as 31-year-old Margan Gianola, that he should have listened to their instructions. As they walk to the car, Gianola tells the police that he cannot breathe in his mask, so they remove the mask while searching him. The 2 men argue over the merits of the arrest for several minutes, helping him out of his costume so that he can better fit into the squad car. Gianola was charged with resisting an officer without warning, trespass after warning, and disorderly conduct, but all charges were eventually dropped.
Yep. Of course they were, because at the end of the day, this guy wasn't actually doing any crimes. This was police who were annoyed about a protest for some reason and just felt the need they had to do something. And when a guy didn't immediately buckle at their whim, and go do something, they arrested a man. That's what they did.
Legitimately, like, why are you doing this to me?
If you follow us to my vehicle, I will put you in the back of it. Letting you know right now.
I'm being serious. Can you please talk to me like a human being?
Yeah, we are gonna talk to you. You have to listen. Don't tense up.
I can't breathe.
Do not tense up.
I can't breathe.
Do not tense up.
I mean, I can tell you what's in my pockets.
Well, he's gonna get it anyways. Doesn't matter. Hey,
I mean, is this
you
not
breathe
an
now?
illegal search?
No. The thing is, when we put you back in the vehicle, we have to check you, make sure you have any weapons or anything on you. Okay? That's the reason why. It's our safety. Very simple. It's protocol. Very
You guys have guns. I don't have guns.
Doesn't matter.
Why are
You
you
can have
afraid
you
of
can have whatever
me?
you need.
I'm afraid of you. Okay, and can I ask, why are you guys doing this to me?
You don't listen. You're causing disturbance.
What do you mean?
Yeah, you don't have
I was
permit.
in a
You don't have
public
permit.
park.
You don't have a permit.
It's a public park.
Is there an event going?
It is hilarious how them being like, they'll arrest you for being in a public park. That is literally the thing they're charging you with. You are not you are charged with doing what you want in a public park. Oh, you didn't just immediately see us and immediately want to bow to a woman and do everything except? Well, that's just charge. Oh, you were in a public space and thought you could do stuff? And not immediately just immediately do what we say? No. See, now you're under arrest.
Just taking off this, bro. Very simple. Hold on.
Unexpected tensions. Not every altercation between police and activists happen at a rally or protest. After all, activists don't drop their firm beliefs simply because they aren't currently holding a sign. This can lead to some very contentious and often unexpected situations. On September 11th of 2022, a Chattanooga police officer pulled over a car with a faulty headlight. Inside that car was City Council candidate and activist Mary Mott. The officer, to her credit, is extremely polite, while Mott is immediately combative, claiming that a broken headlight is no reason to be pulled over. She then claims that the officer made an illegal U-turn and was merely attempting to harass her. Mott claims that having a headlight out is not a crime, while the cop assures her that it is. The conversation quickly turns to accusations of racial profiling, of which the state of Tennessee unfortunately has a long and dark history.
Hello. Look, if she does have a broken taillight or broken headlight, that is a reason to pull her over. I'm sorry, that is a reason to pull her over. You can't just because of the fact that a person, you get pulled over. I'm sorry, I'm going to say this. You get pulled over. Now, I might say this, and then when they tell me later on, they might actually say it was racial profiling. But I'm just going to say this because I've seen people do this. If something's wrong, you can't just immediately scream racial profiling. Do you know how many times I've seen people commit crime? We've seen it on here in reaction, where people commit crimes, and then the first thing they do when when police give them shit is scream racial profiling. In this scenario, this is even more easier to handle. Pretty sure they just write you a ticket, they move about their fucking day, and they go about their business. Why would you make it worse for yourself?
Monster calling the Chattanooga Police Department. The reason I pulled you over is your passenger headlight is out.
Okay. That's not a reason to pull me over.
Yes, ma'am, it is. Do you have your driver's license, registration, proof of insurance on you?
Ma'am, you just whipped
This woman was looking for a combative situation. This was immediately a situation of combativeness. This was never, that's what this was gonna be from the moment. She was looking for a confrontation, and when the police pulled over, she was able to get one.
You just did an illegal U-turn to come over here and harass me.
Okay, do you have your driver's license, registration, proof of insurance on it, please?
I have my driver's license.
Okay, I need your registration, proof of insurance, please.
Ma'am, I'll give you my driver's license, but you don't need nothing else from me, because I'm not giving you nothing else, because there's no reason for you to pull me, because I have not committed a crime.
Yes, ma'am, you have. I need your registration.
I have not committed a crime because that's not a crime that my headlight is out.
Yes, ma'am, it's a traffic violation.
That's not a headlight if it went out while I'm driving. That's not a crime.
I need your registration and your proof of insurance, please.
That's not a crime, ma'am. What you're doing is you're harassing a black woman.
Do you have insurance on your vehicle?
Listen, I understand there are going to be some people who probably take this woman's side. I get it. This officer is literally doing nothing. This officer is being way more polite than someone who was racially profiled. All she's just trying to do is get the simplest things. License, registration, proof of insurance. All she's asking. She keeps repeating the question, not even listening to this woman, because she's just trying to get this done. She doesn't want... I guarantee you she does not want to pull you over. This woman does not want to pull you over. She probably has better things to do. Unfortunately, you're stinking headlights out. Maybe fix your headlight and they wouldn't do it.
Yes, I have insurance. Okay, are you asking me that because I'm black?
No, ma'am.
You're asking me that because I'm black?
No,
yes,
ma'am.
You are.
Everyone in this state has to have insurance.
Ma'am, that went out.
You know what she would have said? If she said, you're asking me why, I'm like, no, I'm asking because you won't give me it. So I'm going to assume either you have it or you don't. Just it's a pretty easy question, man. I'm going to give a I'd be the one, I'd be too much of a smart stuff. Like, I don't care if you're black, white, yellow like the Simpsons fucking thing, or like the... You could be the Flintstones, and other things, the Bumblebees, Transformers, I don't care. Just give me your license and your registration.
While I was driving, I'm not doing nothing illegal. I'm not doing nothing illegal. You're harassing me.
Is this your vehicle?
Is this my vehicle? Yes, this is my vehicle.
Okay, just sit top for me, okay?
Mott becomes even more enraged to see the police officer's partner has approached the passenger side door without identifying himself. Mott becomes very upset at the officer's questions, which she believes to be racially motivated. The policemen maintain their story throughout the encounter, but Mary continues to question their motivations. At this point, she reveals that she's a community activist and begins to list a series of facts about her community's history with the police.
This is my vehicle. Why would you ask somebody that? And who are you? Why are you pulling up over here?
I will admit, I would be so annoyed if someone, I would probably think, I mean, if I looked up like, hey, hi, you could have said who you were. Why are you standing there like, that would freak the shit out of me too. I don't know if I'd be screaming racialness if I saw someone else just there. It would freak the fucking shit out of me. It would scare the shit out of me. You don't need to be sitting there. Thing. You don't need, this woman though is making a big hoopla over nothing here.
You don't even identify yourself. I don't even know you.
Hey, whoa. Okay.
No, because I look over here and I don't even know you're a stranger. You don't even identify yourself.
I am Officer Monroe with Chattanooga Police. I was come back up my partner just to make sure she was okay.
You need to identify yourself. That's part of your
Well, you were in the middle of a conversation, so how was I gonna go ahead and be rude?
I don't know who you are. I don't know if you're gonna harm me or nothing else.
I'm not here to harm you, ma'am. I've done nothing
I'm pulling black people over.
I'm gonna be honest, me and her were getting into a very heated debate. Cause I would be annoyed if I pulled someone over for a clear thing or a violation, like a headlight, and they just immediately wanted to go into a fucking racial thing. I'd want to stop it in its tracks. Cause my mate, I'm like, man, listen, I don't give a damn who you are, what skin color you are, I don't whatever. You're the one who has to stick a headlight out. I have to do a thing and write your stinking ticket. How about you let me write your stupid ticket? So me and you can go about my business and don't have to talk to each other again. Cause the longer you keep going, the longer I have to talk to you. And I don't want to talk to you and you don't want to talk to me. So let's just move on about our business. How about that?
For my headlight going out while I'm driving, and she literally did an illegal U-turn so y'all could come follow me in a black community. Y'all white cops in a black community. Y'all harassing me.
We're not harassing you, ma'am.
I'm pretty sure you are. I'm pretty sure you are. That's my registration.
The only reason she asked, have you never borrowed your friend's car or anything like that?
Why would you ask a black person? You wouldn't ask nobody white if they own the car.
We asked everybody.
To come follow behind me.
Mary?
It's not Mary, it's Marie.
Marie, I apologize, okay? Marie, like I said, I'm Officer Monroy. I have not raised my voice at you at all. I've been very calm.
I'm tired of being harassed.
I will admit, be honest, that doesn't mean jack shit. That doesn't matter. Just because you don't raise your voice doesn't mean someone doesn't have right to be angry. She has absolutely caused this way out of hand. This is very unnecessary. I'm sorry. I understand that, black people are harassed by white officers. I understand this. That is not what this is. Because there has been nothing that has given me that sign except the fact that black woman feels that because she's black. That's it. This woman's black and wants to start a confrontation with police. She probably feels like every single time she could be pulled over because a fucking dangerous animal jumped on her car. She'd say it's racial bias. She's looking for a confrontation. I'm sorry, you can hate me if you want to, but that's what this is.
In my own neighborhood. I don't know y'all, never seen y'all, never seen you patrolling in this community. I've lived here for over 30 years of my life. Okay? So you might be new to this community. I don't know you.
You've got a lot of facts. Do you look those up?
I got a lot of facts because I'm a community activist. And I see this is the kind of stuff that happens in the black community all the time. One cop pulls us over, 5 cops will pull us. This doesn't happen.
Since you're an activist, do you understand that usually traffic stops for police officers are the most dangerous because we don't know who we're pulling over?
It's not the most dangerous.
It is. A lot.
Y'all beat the shit out of a lot of people.
No, we do not.
You don't know Chattanooga history like I do.
At this point, another officer arrives and asks Mott for her phone number, which she provides. The first cop asks Mott to step out of the vehicle because she's failed to provide proof of registration and insurance. Mott shows the cop her license plate to prove that her registration is current. Though Mott is not arrested, she's flagged for not providing insurance, but these charges would later be dropped. While not dangerous per se, the footage shows just how contentious things can get when cops and activists meet, even during a routine traffic stop.
Why do you need I will admit, why do you need more cops here? This isn't that big of a situation. All of this did not need to be done. Okay, listen. This is way unnecessary. All of this situation, this entire hostile situation, This very tension building is so unnecessary from either side, but mainly the driver's side here.
Excuse me, man. Can I get your phone number real quick? For documentation.
What have I done? I'm asking what have I done? What are y'all doing?
Fairness, I don't know anyone who's ever asked. Listen, I'm not a cop. I don't know this thing. I've never watched. I've seen people watch clips of people and think. I don't think they've ever asked for their phone number. That would throw me off guard.
Why do you need my information?
We like to have information of everybody that we step out with.
Improper display of plates. What is that? What are you talking about, ma'am? Can I step out the vehicle? Me for that. Here, because you're not going to cite me for that.
Your tag order that
Ma'am,
obstructs.
that says 23 right here. It says 23. What the talking about? That says 23. 0523. So please take that off.
If you would.
I'm not, ma'am, you need to take that charge off because it says 0523 right there.
It also blocks the state and your county.
Do you see how you have to pull it back, though, for you to see?
If you would, sign, like I said, it's not admission of guilt.
Bro, I need a card from every last one of y'all out here. I promise you.
Here you are. Just try and get your headlight fixed and get that tag order off. Get you, and just show up with your insurance, okay?
I got insurance. I already told you that.
Well, you have to have proof of insurance with you.
I have it with me.
Well, I asked for it multiple times. You told me you wouldn't show it to me. In my system, it states insurance and confirmed. So if you'd like to show proof, you can show proof.
In fairness, in little defense of the officer, she did literally ask so many fucking times for this woman to give her insurance. This woman was just being hostile, not wanting to do this high time. But this whole time, this officer asked over 20 times. So, in defense of this one, she kind of have a reason to have an issue here.
Open carry controversy.
Ooh, that's a tough one.
Perhaps one of the most controversial rights provided to the United States citizens is the right to bear arms.
Yep.
Due to the nation's troubled past with violent crimes and mass shootings, states and municipalities across the U.S. have been looking for new ways to control how and when citizens are allowed to carry guns.
Yep.
In the meantime, police officers often end up in tense situations with armed men and women whose intentions are often unclear. Such a situation occurred on May 23, 2022 in Cleveland, Ohio, when police encountered a young activist named Antoine Tolbert. The leader of a group called New Era Cleveland, Tolbert does armed community patrols in his neighborhood. It's important to note that it's legal to openly carry firearms in Ohio. In the conversation with his dispatcher, Officer Lance Henderson states that he finds it odd that Tolbert got out of his car with a shotgun and sidearm and is merely walking down the street with it. The cops first follow Tolbert before finally getting out of the car to flag him down.
Yeah, 8279, this guy stated that this male is carrying a shotgun. He also has a sidearm on him.
So this is the situation, right? He's gonna be fine at the end of the day. If he has all the license for the weapons, he'll be fine after the police deal with him. But there is a mixed reaction to this, and there always will be, because yes, you have the right to bear arms. However, you can understand, knowing how unpredictable people are nowadays, why police take anyone walking around with a weapon so seriously. Because you don't know what anyone's intention is. You can't just ignore them because they're holding a weapon. Because you could just ignore them and not long after there's a big shooting from the person. So you have to have tension, you have to do it right. So yeah, I can understand why police would be concerned, but I can also understand why people would be annoyed by them stopping him.
He's just found it weird that he got out of the car with a shotgun and is walking down the street with it. The citizen that flagged me down, I don't know if he's a deputy or not, Radio, just let you know. But it looks like he's going to be in the southwest portion of the plaza over here, somewhere in the corner.
Green sweatpants, black hoodie. He does have body armor on, headband, white headband. Yeah, he's holding a shotgun down low, 9mm in a green holster on his.
I I'm saying, like, this is what I'm saying. This guy's whole body armor with a headband on, looking like some fucking gangster dude with a shotgun and a fucking 9mm. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna look at that. I think this is just a guy right to bear arms. I think this guy plans to do some shit. If you had a 9mm and you were walking in normal clothes, despite the fact people think, it wouldn't bother me at the end of the day. If you have the lights, if you had the lights forward, I'd let you go, I'd be fine with you. Don't care. That's a little different. Once a man has body armor on and is having a shotgun and a 9mm, my brain's gonna think a different thing. It doesn't matter what the freaking thing is. It's a situation of you own a shotgun and you have a 9mm and you are wearing body armor like you're trying to make sure you don't get shot. Listen, I think something's up. I'm sorry.
It's like...
What's your car number? 9?
I could also understand why he'd be annoyed with officers following him. I've had an officer follow me before. It's annoying.
Radio and all cars before we approach, make sure we try to get everybody else out of the way.
Nice car, slow and all there. I'm sorry, we're on St. Clair.
You guys want to go to the maybe?
The interactions start with the cops identifying themselves and asking Tolbert to stop. He states that they've received multiple calls regarding a man walking down the street with a rifle. From the released body cam footage, it seems that Mr. Tolbert does not want to engage with the officers and instead attempts to speak to them from roughly half a block away. This causes confusion as none of the men involved can really hear what's being said. Stating that he's aware of his Second Amendment rights, Tolbert refuses to drop his weapons.
Please stop for a moment, please. We have multiple calls for a male walking down the street with a rifle. I'm sorry, I cannot hear you.
Somebody get a shot at the gas station. I'm still 100%. Don't find out who's such a people. We're working on that right now.
We've been working all day.
This guy's refusing to talk to us.
We would like to, so you don't have this altercation any further. I get that, but I'm just asking you.
The cops debate the merits of confronting the man, but seem unsure what the proper protocol is. One of the officers again drives up to Tolbert to tell him that he's not legally open carrying because the weapon is at the ready and not slung on his shoulder. At this point, there's multiple cops engaging Mr. Tolbert and attempting to get him to put the weapon down. One of the officers claims to know Tolbert, stating that he runs a class that promotes gun rights among African Americans in the area.
Between 9.5 and 9.3 on St. Clair, still walking.
I could understand why they're trying to figure out what the right protocol is, because you don't want to do this wrong, right? But you want to them, this is a situation they need to have under control. You don't know what this guy's intention is. You have to make sure it's not a thing. Clearly one of the cops know who he is and knows what his thing is, so he knows what the guy's intention is. But it's not the one, it's not the person's body cam we're seeing right now.
There's no walking. Radio towers up, send up, please.
Hey, 8923, I'm gonna go block traffic, coming eastbound.
Again, sir, with that shotgun not being slung and you having your hand on the pistol grip, it's not really open carry right now. It is not. You have it at ready. You have it at a low ready right now, sir. Please. Can we talk to you about that?
1822.
Sir, you have your finger outside the trigger guard, not slung on a sling. You are brandishing a firearm.
At 93 right now.
Is that the actual law? Is that an actual thing? I don't know. I don't actually know the full-on law when it comes to gun violence. That's an actual question I'm wondering. Is that an actual thing that you have to have it on a sling, like on your shoulder and that, not, holding it at... I understand that they're like, hey, you can't be walking around pretty much with your hand really on the pistol on standby. Like, we can't have that. I don't know if that actually changes the law, but I can understand why they probably wouldn't want that.
I understand that, but you're not open carrying correctly. How well do you know him?
He knows him pretty well. He runs a class.
He runs a class?
He runs a class.
He runs
Like what class is?
It's not a class, it's like an organization for black guys, black people to come together, protect their own community, for them to know their rights that they can carry guns. It's basically what it is. It was like a community.
Little different when it's not slung and your hands on, yeah. And the body armor still.
So he does run a class.
At this point, more cops show up, and there's a discussion about whether or not Tolbert is acting illegally. One officer decides that they should get him, and they again drive down the street to engage Tolbert.
He can't walk down the street carrying a gun. I was talking to...
This is a case that definitely probably caused controversy. This is definitely a case that's going to cause a mixed reaction, and I want to hear both. If you have a mixed reaction towards this specific case, please let me know. I'm actually curious. I want to hear your opinion.
Yeah. Okay. So you guys better go down there? All right.
Doesn't have a right to protect the community. Carrying a gun. You're not a vigilante.
Yeah.
That's where verbally, that's where he fucked up.
You're wrong on that, yeah.
So let's get him.
Huh?
Let's get him. Shit.
Joe's cool with that?
Yeah.
He does have body armor on. Can you walk with body armor and... What do we got here with him saying that he wants to be a vigilante and having body...
Please don't tell me this guy actually said that the guy said he wanted to be a vigilante. I'm gonna actually assume the guy didn't actually say that, because if the guy actually looked at police and said, I'm trying to be a vigilante, you're gonna get arrested immediately.
Body armor on.
Intervene here.
Sir, stop. I'm Sergeant Henderson with the Cleveland Police Department, sir.
The new officer commands Tolbert to stop, drawing his weapon, ordering him to drop the gun. The situation quickly turns tense, with repeated orders for Tolbert to put the shotgun down while police hold him at gunpoint. Finally, the officers tackle Tolbert and handcuff him while he repeatedly claims he has the right to bear arms and is attempting to patrol his community. Tolbert is finally arrested and placed in the back of the police car while the officers laugh. It was Tolbert, however, who got the last laugh. A Cuyahoga County grand jury later rejected charges on the case, and Tolbert filed a lawsuit claiming that his civil rights were violated. He and his attorney ended up receiving an $85,000 settlement from the city of...
Ooh! So he won this case. He won this case. This is a case where he was in the... I'm not saying... Like, that's what I'm saying. Though this is a law that is always going to be debated, and you're not going to fully know how to react, and you're not going to fully know how to deal with the situation. There are going to be many times when police officers deal with it wrong. It's just the way it works sometimes. This guy, all charges against him were dropped. He was then got a lawsuit and got a $5,000 settlement. My man, that ain't much at the end of the day, but like, man won. My man won here.
Of Cleveland.
Stop! You can't walk down the street with the gun in your hand, sir. I'm sorry. Stop, sir. I'm Sergeant Henderson, Cleveland Police Department. Stop. You can not within your hand like that, sir. No, sir. Stop. Put the gun down. You can put the gun in the holster. Put the gun down, sir. Put the gun down, sir. Put the gun down, sir. Sir, put the gun down, sir. Put the gun down. Put the gun down, sir. Put the gun, sir. Put the gun down, sir. You put the gun down, sir. Put the gun down, sir. Put the gun down. Put the gun down, sir. Put the gun down. Put the gun down. You can't walk down the street with the gun in your hand. Put the gun down. You can have a holster. Put the gun down, sir.
Yeah, we got a bunker out. Mike's got it right here.
I'm gonna be honest, this was a case that would be very hard to call. But we know who won. I'm saying, in theory, without knowing, if I didn't know until the end, I would not know who would win this situation.
This is my community. I ain't seen the police. I ain't seen y'all out here. Yes, I can. I have the right to bear arms. Yes, sir.
Not like that, you don't.
Come on, man.
Not like that, you
It was
don't.
just those 2 firearms, the shotgun and the 40.
Not like that, you don't.
Yep.
Now that I think about it, I kind of understand why he might wear body armor. Because there might be some officers that just see him holding the weapon and might fire at him. Never mind. So I was always wondering, I'm still saying it looks kind of weird, but I can somewhat also understand he's a black man holding a bunch of weapons. Some racist ass guy might just not even actually talk to him and just try to shoot him.
The holster is fine, and your hand down the street is not. Yeah, okay. Not my fault. Law enforcement officer. You talking about black man? Right. I hate that bull. Y'all so cowards, man. Coward. CCW arrest. Whose car is this? Yours.
That's perfect. That's perfect. Happy birthday.
Yeah, you're all laughing now. You all lost at the end.
Salt Lake standoff. It's questionable whether or not Tolbert was ever really a threat to the officers involved in his arrest. However, not all encounters with activists are so simple. Tolbert was just one man, but many activists rely on the safety of numbers when protesting. On the 1st of January of 2020, police in Salt Lake City, Utah attempted to apprehend 2 individuals who were camping in the middle of the city. The 2 individuals had outstanding warrants, but activists in the area assumed that they were simply being harassed because they were homeless. Several individuals from the group Take Shelter Coalition.
Okay, so this is an interesting case. So these are 2 people with active warrants who were camping out. Just that thing. Police went to go arrest them, but activists thought they were just being harassed because they're homeless. So the activists tried to go out. No one's actually and the police can't. If the police even try to tell them, they're not going to believe them. So they have to deal with these activists while arresting these 2 people.
Coalition confronted the police, stating that the beds in the homeless shelters were all full and that the individuals had nowhere to go.
I'm not smiling.
Remember that you're on fucking stolen.
How do you guys sleep at night?
It's difficult.
Just
We're literally just flooding someone.
I don't know.
That's not polite.
You don't know.
Where do you?
Like, nice
No, I care. I actually have. I've had quite a few
nice
conversations with people that will have conversations with me
Would you be nice?
and try to figure out how to do it.
But why are you not doing this?
What are we doing?
Coming down here harassing these people. Like, where are they supposed to go? The beds are full. You guys didn't call.
I did.
Apparently.
I did.
So then why did you show up? Because you knew the beds were full.
No, that's not the case. So
I just called. The beds are full.
So currently the beds are spoken for. What they do is they go down there, and you can stay there and take the unclaimed beds. What they'll do is if there are beds up.
Why are we having a call? I'm not even gonna be mean. I'm not trying to be mean. Why are the police entertaining these 2? This conversation. If there's about 2 people who are actually have warrants out for their arrest, who gives a flying what these people's issue is? You know why you're arresting the 2. I'm not saying you should tell these people to go fuck, but why entertain this conversation?
That are full, it's like they are full, they will transfer them to a warming station. I understand that that's
station where they have to sit up in a chair all night with lights on and a movie playing.
We've had people die inside their tents because they're having little burners or things. So yes, part of our duty is to protect life, right? And part of that is to, even though camping is illegal, I've been on shift all day. Do you know how many people I've taken out of here? My job is to deal with the downtown section on view. I have not removed 1 person from Library Square today in my 10-hour shift. So today, what we have been doing is contacts with people, make sure they're okay. If we recognize them and we know their names, we by law can run their names for warrants. It was a warrants check which resulted in them having warrants, and that's why they were arrested. We were going to take their stuff and we weren't going to throw it away like the health department does. As a police department, we cannot do that. It went to our evidence. It was going to go to our evidence unit and be booked as safekeeping. Okay? Things escalated to a point where it was more than we were used to.
So what was he arrested for?
I wasn't involved in the arrest. I was standing making sure that sympathizers didn't get pulled into that situation.
Like
what?
Like, this is the funny thing is that we're just.
Also, Also, didn't he literally just explain what he was arrested for? He just said he checked both of them and they each had warrants and they go arrest. I don't understand the point of this conversation.
A group of fucking citizens that care.
There's nothing funny about
it. We don't have any money, but we're coming up with money. We're feeding these people every day. We're handing out sleeping bags and warm coats and shit that you guys come and take.
We don't take it.
We're doing all of this with no funding, no money.
We don't take it. And trust me, there are conversations regarding the removal of sleeping bags, blankets, and coats.
While some protesters and police engaged in healthy dialogue about the problem, things were much more tense on the other side of the park. Police made it very clear they wanted activists to remain on the sidewalk to maintain a certain distance from them, yet half a dozen protesters were refusing to comply.
I just asked a question, go ahead. So here's right now they are having...
That tells you what you need to think, right? There was one side of the group, and one side was just having a conversation, being respectful, down in just a conversation with thing, and police sharing down a conversation with them, because they're each follow listening to each other, right? They're saying, hey, stay on the sidewalk, don't, so there's a distance. They said, okay, and they're sitting there, and the officer's having an engaging conversation and actually being engaging with it, right? This situation, he's trying to say, hey, all respect the sidewalk, and these guys are just not listening to him, which causes the problem, causes tension to escalate.
Cool, guess what? There's no shelter beds available.
Hey!
What the hell? You can't just grab somebody like that.
Look, we tell her to step back and you don't, okay?
Why can't we step here? Why can't we step here?
You guys are one of the problem, okay?
There are no shelter beds available.
There are plenty.
We just called. We just called.
There's always beds available to us.
At the overflow? Really, St. Vinny's?
Yes.
Guess what? 58 spots. There's not always beds available there. We've been there in person. So, what's your next bullshit line?
Footage from the other officers show them engaging some of the camping individuals in an attempt to determine their identities. This is what would eventually lead to the discovery of the warrants, wrapping up the already edgy situation. During the discussion over whether or not shelter beds were available, the cops placed one of the women under arrest for an outstanding warrant. Minutes later, they arrest a second person for the same reason. Things get tense again when one of the protesters attempt to provide legal assistance to the individuals being arrested. The cops repeatedly tell the man to step out of the roadway, but he's confrontational and slow to react. At this point, there's dozens of activists and only a few cops.
Why are you arresting her?
Listen, there is a use for activists. Don't handle it this way. The best thing to me when a confrontational, if you actually will listen to police and they will listen to you, it's a very easy thing to go about. If your thing is your right no matter what the fuck the police say, and if everything the police tells you doesn't fucking matter to you because you're right and that's the end of the story, you're not an activist. Because you're not making a fucking point. Because you don't actually want to have a conversation, you just want to be proven right. Don't fucking do what these people do. Don't try to make it. Because if these two looked up and went, hey, listen, we looked them up, they got a warrant. When they got a warrant, we got to arrest them. End of story. That's the end of the story. When they got a warrant, we got to arrest them. Once you start a confrontation afterwards, it's just going to cause you to get problems.
Hey, why are you arresting her? You can't arrest her for no reason.
She has a warrant.
Really? So you came out here and are just fucking with people more? You came out here to arrest people. You didn't come out here to clean up shit. For a traffic warrant.
A warrant is a warrant. It doesn't matter if it's a traffic warrant or another warrant. It's a warrant. A warrant is for arrest, you fucking morons. What do you mean? For a traffic warrant. It's a fucking warrant. You know what happened? You know how the warrant wouldn't have been there? She would have went to fucking court.
Why is he being arrested?
Camping.
You want to give us your name so we can help you get out? Stay back there, right? What's your name? Stay back. Megan Ortiz? Step back, please. I'm providing legal aid. I'm providing legal aid. Megan, hey, Megan Ortiz.
Oh my god, this guy is swearing up a fucking store. Jesus.
You don't have any reason to touch me.
I do. When you're
no,
not
you
leaving,
don't. I am helping that person get legal aid. Do not touch me.
Step out of the roadway. Step out of the roadway. Step out of the roadway. Out of the roadway. Out of the roadway. Step back.
Michael Pemberton? Pemberton. Michael Pemberton. Okay. These people in cages, how is that helping? Freezing outside.
I would be the worst in this situation. I wouldn't be as nice to these people. If I tell you to get back, I mean get the fuck back. Like, just fucking listen.
So sick. You guys are straight evil.
Officer Gardner, what's your name and badge number?
After several more minutes of heated debate, the man is placed under arrest. The activists continue to taunt the police, who don't react. In fact, the activists are told that they're allowed to film but must stay back.
No, why?
Step back, Kat.
No, he
Step
hasn't
back.
done anything. No.
I can't be surprised the man got arrested. That man was picking a fight with police. That man was itching the police. He kept getting involved, kept not listening, kept refusing orders, just kept causing a fucking scene.
I understand you want a voice. You want a voice. You want to share your voice?
Yeah,
We're not sure.
Don't
We're
put-
not, exactly.
You don't tell us.
Step back on the
See, you're
sidewalk.
shutting our voice down right now. Done here? What do you got to do here? What do you got left to do?
The police claim the third man was arrested for interfering with an investigation and for resisting arrest. At one point, they even threatened the man with a taser before he finally complies and is handcuffed.
You had no cause to ask for her name. Same with him.
Oh, you knew they wanted to arrest that man. You know they wanted to arrest that man. You know they did. They were itching to arrest that man the moment he started his shit. But the moment he kept going, they were like, oh, you're pushing it, and then they're like, okay, we got it. We got enough to do it. He's got to put the arrest gloves on.
Is this public space? I'm giving you a lawful order now. You need to justify the law.
Because we're doing an investigation
Of
right
what?
now. All right, partner.
This is your choice,
No.
man.
Stop. Dude, I'm not doing anything.
Stop resisting. Stop resisting. Stop resisting.
What do you refuse?
Hey, man, you're not listening. So
What were you investigating?
illegal,
What were you
illegal camping or
This
warrants,
isn't illegal
okay?
camping. This
And
isn't
then
illegal camping.
we needed some space,
This is
so
not
we asked you to get back, and you
illegal
refused.
camping. This is not illegal camping.
And then you resisted
You
arrest.
can't camp illegally when there's no shelter.
Look, man, this is what you want.
This is what I want.
Yes,
yeah.
this is what you want. This
feels
is why you,
great.
okay,
This feels one.
calm and had a conversation with us any day of
I'm
the
not
week,
gonna
all
have a
right?
conversation.
Several days later, a total of 17 people would be arrested at an Occupy-style protest over the incident, which was carried out in the same park. Though none of the charges would prove serious, the event left many people wondering who exactly was on the right side of the situation.
Let me know what you guys think. I'm actually curious. Let me know what you guys think of this whole situation in the comments. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Thank y'all for watching. I'll see y'all for the next one.